Hey everyone, thank you for stopping by Rusty Reels. Well, there's no escape from reality when it comes to the release of the new Queen film Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm going to give you my review and we're going to be answering the question, was the plot line real life or was it just fantasy? Bohemian Rhapsody is a biographical film about the British rock band Queen, though it really is more of a Freddie Mercury movie. We look at Freddie's life from around the time he meets Brian May and Roger Taylor, who are the lead guitarist and drummer of the band. John Deacon, who's the bass guitarist, does appear, but we're not really given an introduction. He just kind of shows up at their first gig together. We see Queen's career blossom from there, and the film eventually leads us to their Live Aid performance at Wembley Arena in 1985. The highs of the plot of the film really are the hit songs of Queen, but especially the Live Aid performance, which is at the very end of the film. And this is nearly a shot-for-shot reenactment of the original Queen performance, with the exception of a couple of songs in the middle. The film tries to be this biopic of the band, but you can't help but feel the actual events have been made cleaner somewhat than they really were. Certain situations just seem to be brushed over in about 5 minutes, and you feel so rushed through the periods of time, and the story moves so quickly that you don't have the opportunity to care much for the events as they actually take place. You don't have any moment to kind of like realize it. It would have actually been interesting to see a more truthful depiction of the band, opposed to something that seems to try and paint Queen, and specifically Freddie, in a more favourable light. I feel like that way they're trying to not tarnish the legend of the band. But as negative as I sound so far, there are some enjoyable moments in this film, but none more so than your next opportunity to bob your head along to a big Queen track. While I have expressed the opinion to have more of a true-to-life depiction of the history of the band, to its credit, Bohemian Rhapsody is not offensive. It's actually very easy to watch, and though it does feel like it lightly does tread over certain situations, it makes it easy to watch and therefore a little bit more fun. So you get the feeling that what really matters through everything is the music of Queen and the legacy and the enjoyment of that music. And this is really emphasised in the Live Aid performance right at the end of the film. And that actually truly does remind you of what an epic moment that must have been to behold. And I think it will speak to that generation who might have seen it live or on the television and will bring on some welcome nostalgia. Lead actor Rami Malek plays Freddie Mercury, and he actually puts on a very impressive performance, and this actually further justifies the critical praise he's received over recent years for his acting abilities on the TV series Mr. Robot. Malek's portrayal of a flamboyant Mercury actually outshines the rushed plot of the film, and also the much commented inaccuracies of the biography that you might have seen online, helping you actually forget these issues, even if just temporarily. Notable mention for Lucy Boynton, who portrays Mary Austin, who is Freddie Mercury's ex-wife. Her moments, while rushed, are actually quite tender and offer a supportive presence for Freddie throughout the film. However, again, these feel like they could have been a little bit more serious in places. To point out one, the deterioration of their marriage as a result of Freddie Mercury's sexuality. Also a notable mention for Aidan Gillen, who plays the role of one of Queen's managers in the film. While his character is merely a music manager who is actually working to better the band, Gillen's portrayal makes you feel as though something sinister is festering, but nothing actually ever does happen. Gillen is always placed at the side of the room and fairly quiet, offering little to no negotiation on what are actually quite pivotal moments for the band. I think he's been stuck in Littlefinger mode too long after playing Peter Baelish on Game of Thrones. The cinematography of the film is pleasing to the eye. Having Newton Thomas Sigel involved means that the same visionary mind that was involved with Three Kings and Drive, he's also been involved in 4 installments of the X-Men movie franchise. And this means that the attempted storytelling does come through on screen very well. As you walk out of the cinema, I hope you feel, as I did, that while this isn't a groundbreaking or legendary piece of filmmaking, you will feel justified in your decision to have watched this. Rami Malek's entertainment performance, despite the film's sanitised story, along with a sensational reenactment of the Live Aid performance and enough Queen hits throughout the film, is almost enough to make you forget about the pitfalls and will make you want to jump in your car, turn on your Spotify and drive home listening to some Queen bangers. At least that's what I did. Solid attempt. This film was alright, so I'm going to be giving it 3 reels out of 5. But please tell me, what did you think? Have you seen Bohemian Rhapsody? Will you see it now? Do you agree what I've said? Do you disagree? Either way, please comment, like, share. Make sure you subscribe, and this way you'll be knowing when the next video is coming out and you'll never miss a review. But can you also make sure you follow us on social media? We are on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter @RustyReels. Thanks for watching and see you next time.